And welcome to the Windows Movie Maker Basics video for the Machinima section of modsonline.com. This is the Lost Prophet speaking, and I'll be your tour guide today. But I'll be showing you through the interface, editing your movie, finishing your movie, but not these movie making tips because they're naff, so no. So let's just close these. We don't want these for the minute. We want to focus on capturing video and the interface. This is what it starts off like, storyboard mode. You don't want to use that because basically you're much more limited in options for editing your movie in storyboard. This is just for laying out your movie. This isn't for anything advanced. But timeline, you'll find yourself working in timeline like 99.9% of the time anyway. So yeah. Okay, so let's start off with the capture video box. We've got capture from video device. Captures video from your video camera or web camera. So basically, if you've got a webcam running, you can just click that and you can record yourself. Or if you've got like a video camera capturing something, you can capture it straight onto your computer or straight into the program. And another thing that some pro Machinima makers do, or people who've just got a bit more equipment or a bit more time and don't mind being a bit more cluttered around their computer area, they can have something to do with an S video card or something. I know the guys that over the Counter-Strike do that, Tykel, but yeah, but I mean, most of the time people will be wanting to use import video, which basically you'll give a specified folder and you'll import a pre-recorded clip of something. And I record using Fraps. It records at about 30 FPS on my version. There is a version that you can get that records at 60 FPS, but I just can't be bothered to download it at this minute. I might give it a try at some point, but import pictures. We'll import a video in a minute. Import pictures. This allows you to import a still image. You can't really do much with that, but there is an interesting thing you can do with Flash MX 2004, which I don't own, but I know you can do it. You can make your animation in Flash MX. You can make your cartoon or whatever. Then you can get a program. I know that you can get these somewhere that changes your .swf file into .avi file. Yeah, and then you can import that into Movie Maker and use that. Well, which is interesting. I mean, I was quite fascinated when I heard about that. But anyway, we've got import audio and music. Now, I've got a few here, so let's just use this one. So we've got all those ready imported. So let's just turn that up to prove that it works. See, there's our music. There's our music, okay? If you could hear it at all. I doubt you could. Okay, so next we want some video. Better yet, titles. You can't have a video with no title. You want a title. So you want a title at the beginning of the movie. Mods Online owns. Okay. So you see that there. Mods Online owns. You can change the animations and everything. You can do. Let's do. No, I don't know that. Okay, we've got stretch and we've got all sorts of stuff here. We've got a lot of stuff for sort of a free movie maker program, movie editing. So, let's just see. Flying fades, exploding outline. What's this? Okay, that looks cool, so let's use that. I'm not going to go too in detail with a lot of stuff in here because you can figure out a lot of the stuff by yourself. To be honest. Now, we don't want a 4-second title. That'll sort of bore the viewer before they get on to actually watching the movie. So to clip it, you move your mouse over one side of the video. I'm going to clip it this way. It doesn't matter which way you clip it with the title, but and that should do. I'll just cut a second off it there. So that's the title. You want video next? What you want's video? Okay, so we've got our video clips here in my CS Movies folder. You should have a specialised folder for all your video clips. I just call mine CS Movies for. I mean, I used to make Counter-Strike movies, but I've got some Call of Duty stuff in there now. But let's use this one. So here's a much easier way of getting your clip name and importing it into Movie Maker. See what I did there? You go to right click, rename, you press Control and C. Then you go into here, press Control and V, and that's just importing. So now we can add that there. And there's, there's our clip ready to be used. So, there is a more complicated way of doing that. I mean, you can say 28, 22, 62, and then you can go to Half-Life 2, and it just takes so much longer. 28, I mean, I can't even find it there. Okay, so you've got your first movie clip after your title. What do you do now? Where do you go from here? I'll tell you what you do. Do you want what kind? It depends on what kind of transition you want. You could do a fade in. Well, fade in for that one as well, because you'll be needing that one. But I've put a fade in on that one, so let's take that off. So I'm not going to do the old fade out, fade in, fade out method. We're going to do a smooth transition. See, just there, it's like blended together, and sort of it's transparent, sort of. Well, that's because the movie is blending two clips together, and it will make a smooth sort of, what's it called? It's basically like a fade in between one clip into another sort of thing, and it's simple enough. Okay, so you've got your clip, and you want it to look a bit better. What do? You go to video effects, which can be also accessed from that thing there. This is better if you don't know what each of the clips do, but you can probably tell what they do just by their names, to be honest. But I mean, if you're really not sure, then access them from there. But most of the time, I go to right click and do video effects. And you've got all your same video effects here. You've got let's add a blur. Now, eased in and eased out. A lot of people think, is that just the same as fade in and fade out, but just slower? No, it's not. Basically, it eases in slowly on the center of your screen. It sort of warps the video a bit, to be honest. It sort of warps the clip. But yeah, you've got film age old, older, and oldest. These are interesting. Film age old just sort of makes it look like it's, it's like you're in pictures or whatever. You'll have like these little flickers on screen and these little black flickers and everything. It's basically like the pictures, but a bit worse. It runs at the normal speed, so there's not really any problems with that. I mean, film age older. This is a mix of this and this. Oldest, right? This runs at an extremely sort of jerky and slow speed, like 2 FPS or something, which stands for frames per second if you didn't already know. And older runs at like a medium speed. Instead of a normal or a slow, it runs at medium, and it doesn't look very nice. To me, these are the two sort of avoid sort of ones. It depends on what you're looking for. I mean, film age oldest, it looks like sort of pre 1900 sort of time. Not even like World War I, when they were just even developing film, which, it's not even technically possible. You've got film grain, that's like a cinema sort of thing. Similar to film age old. You've got grayscale, which you can imagine what that does. And then hue, cycles entire colour spectrum. This just goes from one colour to another quite sort of quickly. It's not too complicated. You've got your mirrors there, rotates. These are just slow down and speed up. you can decide how to use these. It just sort of goes by half or double, not too complicated. And sepia tone and smudge stick are sort of like aesthetic sort of things, and threshold or watercolor also aesthetic. So there's not really much sort of, they're not really important. Now I'm going to clip this one a bit as well, because yeah, just about there. So I'm going to have that one. Okay, we're going to import another video clip because I need one more to demonstrate something else. So let me just okay, so I've got a good one here, and same as before, rename, control, and see. I only discovered this technique by accident, like half an hour ago on a previous recording of this, and we're going to do a bit of a different sort of thing now. We're going to do a fade in, fade out sort of thing. So it's none of that sort of blending thing. It's just like a little demonstration. I mean, you could have that, but that doesn't look very professional. So we're going to remove that. We're going to go to these pre-made video transitions, which I don't really like myself, but it's up to the person. Now these video transitions, it all depends on the content and mood of your movie. Let me just edit this a second. Clip it a bit. That was such a cool camera angle. I never, ever was able to replicate that, unfortunately. On that clip, I actually managed to get the camera to slide along the floor somehow. It was a Call of Duty thing, and I have no idea how I did it. It was just like a bit of a fluke. But right, you've got bow tie, vertical, circles, circle, checkerboard across. You won't want a lot of these, to be honest. It depends on the whole content and style of your movie. If you wanted to do a sad sort of movie, you'll want sort of more of the fade in, fade out, and sort of crossfade sort of thing. And perhaps one or two of these. But if you want, okay, look, shatter in and shatter up left, shatter up right, shatter right. These are all little squares and shards of this clip that you probably can't see because Camtasia is stupid. But it'll split all this picture here into little tiny shards, and it will shatter out off the screen, while the next clip stays underneath that clip. So it looks quite cool. Okay, so I've just previewed that and it looks cool. So we're just gonna add a fade out because that's all we really need there. And I'm just gonna add a little video effect here to demonstrate sort of wait, I'm gonna undo that. I did that on the wrong box, so I'm gonna do an ease in on this clip, and I'm gonna do smudge stick on this one because it looks cool. So yeah, I've just added some video effects, for example, because I'm going to be adding this movie as an example in the actual .zip file or .raw file, depending on what I can be bothered to compress it as. But now, okay, we've done a small movie. Okay, it's less than 10 seconds, but who cares? It's just a little example movie. We don't care. I'm just gonna clip this audio even, because I can't be bothered to have it taking up space and taking longer to compress. 1 second. Okay, so that looks cool. That looks cool. That sounds cool. So what do you do now? You've got your movie. How do you finish it off? Credits. Credits at the end of the movie. The following people were not involved. Everyone. Okay, so that's just a stupid random thing. For an example. Look, that's your credits. So So I'm just adding that in there, and that's done. That's basically done. You want to keep that there, and that's made up to like. I'm just gonna clip this so it doesn't take up all my space on the movie and like just hog up computer space. Even though I have like 70 gigabytes left on my computer. 1 second, please. Okay, so I've just previewed that. I'm gonna add a fade out, and I'm just gonna overlay that a bit on there. I'm just gonna preview that a second. And okay, it looks cool. You've got a cool sort of 25-second long example. If I did a full-length movie, it would just take so long. It takes me hours to make one full-length movie. I mean, a music video. Imagine, like, making a series. I mean, that would just take ages. I mean, I'll probably cover some more advanced programs soon, like Sony Vegas. And I'll also do some video tutorials for actually recording your movies in-game as well. But for now, this is just like a basic thing, so you can save this project. If you can't be bothered to sort of save it as a movie file right now, you can save as a project file. So Windows Movie Maker Projects, which is MSWMM. So you know what that stands for now, which we're not going to do. We're going to save movie as a file, and this is important here. I can't stress this enough. Modsonline.com owns. Yep. So you've got like, you can use this, or this. But you know what? You're not going to use that or that. This box right here is what you always use. Now, you can have high quality videos small, but it doesn't really look very high quality. It looks very bad, okay? Just don't use that. You can use it if you're only going to like look at it in your own house, or it's like a screen test for a bigger project. But large, okay? It's a much larger file size. I mean, it's like almost a full quality video to what you actually recorded it as in the first place. But oh, I just noticed I didn't do something. Audio levels. This is important. Now at the minute, audio from the video files, these, is, the audio from that is not exactly balanced. I mean, it's balanced technically on the program, but that doesn't mean it's balanced to your ears. You hear the gun sounds much louder because for some reason Fraps just records sound at like an extreme sort of level. So, okay, I've sort of leveled that a bit, a lot actually. I mean, you don't want to hear all this gunfire all the time. I mean, you just don't want that. So, okay, we'll do that again. Modsonline.com owns. And, okay, high quality video large. That's what we're going to do. So this shouldn't take too long to actually, save. But, I mean, you just sort of want to spend a lot of time on your videos. A video with good camera angles and good sort of cinematography can look cool and all, but if you don't edit the video well, then it's not going to look good. And the video effects you use and the transitions and the whole way you edit your film depends on your script or song or whatever. If it's a comedy sort of song like Weird Al or something, then you'll use funny transitions like the one where the screen rolls off to one side. That is a generally comedic one. Like, hey look, I'm a clown, I can do cartwheels off the side of the page, hooray! But, I mean, we'll view that in a second. Yeah, and if you want to sort of do a sad song with like Linkin Park in the end, well, that's not really sad, but it's just sort of like quite subdued. And you'll use sort of fade in, fade out, or blend sort of transitions. You won't use the comedy ones. So just like keep that sort of thing in mind. So I'm just going to stop this video, and I will put the finished movie in the actual zip file or RAW file. And I hope it shows you how. Oh yes, I'll also include the project file. So I hope this taught you how to use Movie Maker very well, and I hope you have fun editing your movies. Cheers.